While we are waiting for Ms. Parch, and before we get underway, I'm going to address everyone. I want to speak to everyone who's here in the courtroom. This is a hard day. It's a hard day for everybody who's here, and I know that, and I appreciate that. And I'm thanking you in advance for the respect that I know that everyone will show to this court, and the respect that they will show to this process, this very important process. I know that everyone will act with dignity and with grace for this very important matter, but I know that when we take a change of plea, it can be very emotional. It's an emotional time, as it should be. But I'm going to say it again. I expect everyone to maintain their dignity, their grace, and respect for this court. And I thank you in advance for what I know will be the respect you will show. I will not tolerate any talking in the courtroom. I will not tolerate any gesturing or words given other than when you come to talk to me, to tell me about the loss of your loved one. And I want to make very clear that if anyone decides not to abide by my instructions, that there will be consequences that will flow. But again, it's important that you're here. It's important that we're all here. And I'm thanking you in advance for what I know will be the dignity, the respect with which you will maintain the dignity of this courtroom. Commonwealth, are there any charge concessions as a result of this decision to change a plea?
Yes, Your Honor. Assuming that the defendant decides to change her plea, the Commonwealth would be reducing the charge to so much of the indictment as charges manslaughter.
Thank you very much. Mr. Miller?
That's correct.
Does the defendant wish to change her plea at this time?
Yes.
Is that your understanding of the charge concession?
Yes.
Madam Clerk, you may take the plea.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Parch, if you could please stand. Ma'am, as to indictment number 23-84-00526, do you wish to change your plea from not guilty to guilty?
Yes.
How do you plead to so much of the indictment as it charges you with offense 001 with manslaughter?
Guilty.
To the best of your ability, can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to make true answers to the questions put to you by the court in the matter now in hearing, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Please have a seat, and please bring the microphone as close as possible to you.
Ms. Parch, I'm going to let you sit while you and I have this conversation. The reason for that is I need to make sure that you're being recorded, that we have a clear record of these proceedings. So stay close to that microphone, as close as you can get. Keep your voice up, because I need to hear you. And close to the microphone, because it will also amplify and record your voice. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Parch, tell me your first name and your last name.
Alyssa Parch.
Ms. Parch, do you have any difficulty in speaking or in understanding English?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Parch, as you know, I'm Judge Ames. I'm a justice of the Superior Court. Before I can accept your offer to plead guilty to this indictment, I must ask you some questions. I must make sure that your decision to plead guilty is voluntary and that you understand the consequences of your guilty plea. So, if you don't understand a question I ask you, you let me know. I'll rephrase it. If I don't understand your answer, I will ask you some further questions. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are you?
33 years old.
What is your date of birth?
2/18/93.
Are you married or single?
Single.
Do you have any children?
No.
How far did you go in school?
12th grade.
When was the last time that you had work?
Right before this.
What kind of work were you doing?
I was a manager.
Of?
A coffee shop.
Was that full time?
Yes.
Have you ever been treated for any mental illness or mental condition?
No.
Are you aware of any mental illness or mental condition that you might now have?
No.
Did you take any medication before you came to court today?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drug today?
No.
Did you consume any alcohol or any alcoholic beverages before you came to court today?
No.
Are you under the influence of alcohol today?
No.
Do you understand that in this case you were originally charged with an indictment alleging murder in the second degree, but the Commonwealth is moving only on so much of that indictment as alleges manslaughter? Do you understand that that is what you are charged with in this case?
Yes.
Have you had the opportunity and have you talked to Attorney Miller about this indictment?
Yes.
Has he explained it to you?
Yes.
Do you understand it?
Yes.
Are you now offering to plead guilty to so much of this indictment as alleges manslaughter?
Yes.
Commonwealth maximum penalty.
The maximum penalty for manslaughter is 20 years in state prison.
Ms. Parch, do you understand that the maximum penalty for the offense that you're charged with and that you are pleading guilty to is 20 years in state's prison, and that I am authorized to impose that sentence upon you?
Yes.
Do you understand that as the judge, if there were ever a period of probation on any indictment, and if later you were found in violation of the probation, then at that time either I or a different judge would have the authority to sentence you up to the maximum penalty. Do you understand?
Yes.
Understanding that I have the power and the authority to impose up to the maximum sentence allowed by law, to impose a sentence later if you were ever found in violation of any probation, are you still willing to plead guilty to this indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your right to have a fair and impartial trial as to this indictment, with or without a jury to determine your guilt or innocence? Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you willing to give up that right?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would not have to prove your innocence? Instead, the Commonwealth would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, and at trial, you could not be forced to testify against yourself. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty here today, you're giving up that right, and in effect, you are testifying against yourself by admitting your own guilt? Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you willing to do so?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have a right to face your accusers, to face and to question anyone presented during the trial of this case? And do you understand you could, if you wanted to, at trial, you could present your own witnesses, you could present your own evidence, and you could testify on your own behalf? Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up each of these rights?
Yes.
Are you willing to do so?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty here today, you are giving up your right to pursue any arguments or any motions that your attorney may have made or filed on your behalf in this case, and you are giving up your right to appeal any rulings or decisions made against you? Do you understand?
Yes.
You willing to give up those rights?
Yes.
I'm now going to call upon Assistant District Attorney Tolbert, and I'm going to ask her to tell the court what a summary of the evidence would be if this case were presented to a jury. Now, I do this for two reasons. Before I can accept your plea of guilty to this indictment, I must be sure there's a factual basis in the evidence for the indictment, and I must be absolutely certain that you understand, that you accept, and that you agree with the facts and the evidence that would be presented against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Commonwealth, kindly put in a summary of the evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. If this matter proceeded to trial, the Commonwealth would anticipate the evidence would show that around 11:30 p.m. on July 20th, 2023, victim Jezriana Shepard was in the Boston Common area near the Brewers Fountain with a friend. Both witness testimony and documentary evidence indicate that prior to the night of July 20th, 2023, the defendant and Ms. Shepard had engaged in a series of social media exchanges back and forth where the defendant threatened the victim and was seeking to entice her to a physical fight. Evidence indicates that the two had not met in person prior to the evening of July 20th, 2023. On that night, both the defendant and Ms. Shepard were in the park area. Around 11:30, they encountered each other near the Park Street at MBTA Pavilion. Video shows that the defendant had a knife brandished in her hands as she approached Ms. Shepard. Video also indicates that at this time, Ms. Shepard was unarmed as Ms. Parch approached her. Witness testimony and video indicates that the two engaged in a physical altercation during which the defendant stabbed the victim several times in the face, head, and torso. Large components of this altercation, though not all of them, are captured on surveillance video in the area. The defendant then fled the scene through the MBTA system. Ms. Shepard was transported via Boston EMS to Tufts Medical Center in critical condition. She later died from her injuries. During a subsequent autopsy, the medical examiner opined that the cause of death for Ms. Shepard was hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy due to hemorrhage and sharp force injuries, including stab wound to the heart.
Cause of homicide.
Correct.
Manner of death was homicide.
Manner of death was homicide. Cause, as I stated. The defendant was identified both by eyewitnesses as well as through digital evidence and later placed herself in the area during a recorded Mirandized interview.
Thank you, Attorney Tolbert. Ms. Parch, did you hear the facts stated to the court just now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what she was saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you, in fact, do the acts and things described to the court just now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you, in fact, stab and kill Ms. Shepard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are admitting that the facts told to the court just now are true?
Yes.
Are there any facts that you say are different from what you just heard?
No.
Do you now plead guilty to these indictments willingly?
Yes.
Do you plead guilty of your own free will?
Yes.
Do you plead guilty to these indictments voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you to make you plead guilty?
No.
Has anyone threatened you to make you plead guilty?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything for your guilty plea?
No.
Then, have you had enough time to fully discuss your case, your rights, and your defenses, and the possible consequences of your guilty plea with Attorney Miller?
Yes.
Do you feel that Attorney Miller has acted in your very best interest in this case?
Yes.
Do you believe you've been fully, fairly, and adequately represented by Attorney Miller?
Yes.
Are you confused in any way by any of the questions I have just asked you?
No, Your Honor.
Then as I understand it, you are pleading guilty to this indictment because you are guilty for no other reason. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you this document, and the document is entitled Waiver of Defendant's Rights. Have you seen it before?
Yes.
Did you read it?
Yes.
Did you review it with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Do you understand that it sets forth in writing what you and I have been talking about this morning in terms of your willingness to waive your constitutional and your statutory rights and to plead guilty to this indictment?
Yes.
Is that your signature at the end of the document?
Yes, it is.
Did you sign it voluntarily?
Yes.
Attorney Miller, is that your signature at attorney's approval?
Yes, it is.
Did you fully and completely review the contents of the waiver with Ms. Parch?
I have.
Are you confident she understood?
Yes.
Ms. Parch, I must first advise you that if you are not a citizen of the United States, my acceptance of your guilty plea to this indictment will mean that you will most likely be deported, and that is that your deportation is practically automatic or inevitable. And I must also advise you that if you are not a citizen of the United States, my acceptance of your guilty plea to this indictment may have the consequence of your exclusion from admission to the United States or denial of your naturalization, all pursuant to the laws of the United States. Do you understand what I have just explained to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Attorney Miller also explained this to you.
Yes.
Has Attorney Miller fully advised you of the consequences of your guilty plea to this charge?
Yes.
And understanding what I have just said to you, are you still willing to plead guilty to this indictment?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to this indictment, you will be required by law to submit a sample of your blood, hair, and or saliva to the State Police Crime Lab? And do you understand that you'll be required to pay for the cost of collecting, preparing, and processing that sample unless you are determined to be indigent? And do you understand that failure to comply with this law may subject you to separate criminal penalties? And do you understand that your blood, hair, and or saliva sample will become part of the Massachusetts DNA database? Have you understood everything that I have explained to you?
Yes.
And understanding what I have just told you, are you still willing to plead guilty to this indictment?
Yes.
Do you understand the conviction of this indictment implicates the Armed Career Criminal Statute if you are convicted of illegally possessing a gun or ammunition in the future, then you would face a substantial prison term, and that is 3 to 15 years in state's prison if convicted of one prior violent crime or serious drug offense, 10 to 15 years in state's prison if convicted of two prior violent crimes or serious drug offenses, 15 to 20 years in state's prison if convicted of three prior violent crimes or serious drug offenses. Do you understand what I've just explained?
Yes.
And understanding what I have just told you, do you still wish to plead guilty to this charge?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to this indictment, if you are later convicted of or plead guilty to a third or subsequent offense of the same type, you may be sentenced to prison for the maximum time allowed by law for that offense, up to and including life in prison? And do you understand that by law the latter sentence may not be reduced or suspended? And do you understand that with respect to the latter sentence, you might not be eligible for probation, parole, work release furlough, or deductions for good time credit while in prison? Do you understand what I've just told you?
Yes.
And understanding what I've just explained to you, are you still willing to plead guilty to these charges?
Yes.
Counsel, at any time during your representation of Ms. Parch, have you had any difficulty in speaking with or communicating or understanding her?
No, Your Honor.
Have you had a full opportunity to review and consider the Commonwealth's evidence in the case?
I have.
Are you satisfied that there's a factual basis in the Commonwealth's evidence for the indictment brought against her?
Yes.
Have you explained to her each of the elements of the indictment that have been brought against her?
Yes.
Have you discussed this case, her rights, her defenses, and the possible consequences of her guilty plea?
Yes.
And are you satisfied as counsel for Alyssa Parch that her plea of guilty to this indictment is made knowingly, willingly, intelligently, and voluntarily?
Yes.
I find the defendant, Alyssa Parch, is not presently under the influence of alcohol or drugs. I find that she has reported that she is not presently suffering from any mental illness or condition. All of my observations throughout the course of our conversation support these findings. I find the defendant's change of plea to guilty with respect to the indictment pending against her is made knowingly, willingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and with full knowledge of the consequences. And I find that the defendant's change of plea to guilty is also made with and upon the advice of competent counsel. I find there is a factual basis in Ms. Parch's plea of guilty to this indictment in the evidence summarized to the court by Assistant District Attorney Tolbert on behalf of the Commonwealth. And I find the defendant fully understands that if she is not a citizen of the United States, her conviction on this charge will mean that she will definitely or very likely be deported. And I find that she fully understands the consequences of the Armed Career Criminal Act and habitual offender law as they apply in this circumstance. And accordingly, I now accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this indictment. Commonwealth, have you advised the family of Ms. Shepard of the defendant's offer to change her plea to guilty?
I have.
And have you advised the family of Ms. Shepard of the sentencing recommendation being made?
I have.
And have you advised the family of their right to address the court prior to and in connection with my sentencing of the defendant?
I have, Your Honor.
Commonwealth, do you move for sentencing?
The Commonwealth moves for sentencing.
Commonwealth has moved for sentencing. And the court has accepted the defendant's plea of guilty to these indictments. Commonwealth, are there any members of Ms. Shepard's family who wish to address the court?
There are several, Your Honor. I've also been handed a statement that a member of the family wishes me to read to the court, so I'll defer to the court as to the order in which you'd prefer to proceed.
Yeah, Commonwealth, I will leave that to your discretion. How do you wish to proceed?
I think we'll start with the family members who'd wish to address the court themselves, and then I'll end with the statement.
That certainly may be done. Who wishes to address the court?
We'll have Ms. Hayes have the first family member come up.
This way.
Follow me, please.
Come right up here. anyone who's going to address the court, you're going to walk up here and have a seat here because you're addressing me. And so I want to be able to be close by so that I can hear your important statement. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me who you are. And you take your time.
I'm a very close family friend, and I'm here to speak for Jazz because she's not here to speak for herself right now. There's no words that can truly express the pain that our families live with every single day since you killed Jazz Rihanna. What was taken from us is not just a life, but a young woman who had her entire life and future ahead of her. A mother, a daughter, a person full of life who deserved a chance to grow into love and continue to build her life. She was so young. She had so much more to experience, so many more memories to make, and so much more love to share, especially to her child. Her child was left without the mother, and it was intentional. She was harassed, targeted, and ultimately lost her life for nothing. You robbed her from the opportunity to continue being a mother. Her child is left behind to grow up without her, waking up every day missing her, and wanting her, and praying for her presence. A child should never have to live this kind of loss. The absence of his mother is something he will carry with him for the rest of his life. Our family continues to suffer not only for her loss, but from the ongoing pain that follows. To this day, we were still being harassed, and for each moment of that brings us right back to the day that we lost Jazz. There is no justification for what has been done. The evidence speaks for itself. And I don't see that she has any sign of remorse, which only hurts and makes the pain even deeper. Nothing would ever bring Jazz back. Nothing we could ever do or say. We don't have an opportunity to speak to her. Her son knows that she's resting in the ground. So this is a very serious matter, and this loss can never be justified. Her time will never equal the loss that we have to experience on a day-to-day basis. And her son deserves so much better, and Jazz deserved to be here today. She was killed, targeted by this woman for what reason I could never understand. So I'm glad she's going to jail. And I hope she thinks about Jazz Rihanna every single day. Because Jazz Rihanna was a beautiful, young, very successful woman. She was a beautiful mother. And she's going to be missed from us all the time.
Is that the statement that you've just read to me?
Do I have to
Could
give it
I
to you?
have it?
Sure.
Because what I'd like to do, ma'am, I'd really like to put this as part of our record.
Sure.
So that your words, these beautiful words for your friend, are forever remembered.
I appreciate that.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
I appreciate those words.
I appreciate that you're here today.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Madam Clerk, we'll mark this, and this shall become a part of the record of this case,
Absolutely, Your Honor.
and a copy to probation as well. Commonwealth? Oh, it's a picture. Is that a picture? Yeah, that's very important. Of course it is. The other lady just forgot her phone. Yeah, of course. You take your time. Take your time, man. Thank you for coming up to speak with me. Won't you tell me who you are, ma'am?
Jasmine god sister.
God, sister. Family by choice,
Definitely.
right? Please tell me how this has affected you and your loved ones. You take your time. I'm here to hear this. You take your time. Do you need some water?
See you.
Want me to read it? You want me to read it out loud? Jazrina was the brightest light in our family. Her smile was infectious. We love and miss her every day. Her son, Sayari, thank you, was her entire world. He shouldn't have to grow up without his mother. It's disheartening. May I keep this? I'm so sorry for your loss. I see it's overwhelming, and I can only ask that one day that you're able to have some peace. Thank you for being here today. Madam Clerk, I'm sorry for your loss, ma'am. Take your time. Commonwealth?
I can have one moment.
Factual.
Good morning.
Tell me who you are.
I'm Jasriana's brother,
What's your name?
Christian Valdez Gonzalez.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Gonzalez. I have to ask you, is that a picture of your sister?
Yes, that's
Could
me
I
and
see?
her.
That's the two of you?
Yes.
How long ago?
Like a year before this happened.
Great picture. And the button, is that your sister too?
Yes.
What's it say?
It's just in loving memory with her name and her birthday and the day she passed away.
She's beautiful.
Thank you.
She looks like you.
Thank you.
You heard that before?
Yeah.
Please tell me.
I kind of wrote a little something. I said Jasriana was my one and only biological sibling. She was loving, caring, and full of energy, an amazing mother to her son. Her tragic death impacted me to the extreme. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Jasriana and I grew up fighting, but me and her were so close. In the beginning of 2023, me and my husband moved to Florida. I bought a house. I made sure she was good before I left. Not even 6 months in, she was murdered. I got so many phone calls. I had to leave my home, my car, my family, my husband, everything in Florida, and move back to do what I have to do for my nephew and be there for my family. This is the first time I've cried in the 3 years that this whole situation has happened. Like, it bothers me every day. It messes with my friendships. I don't have no friends. I don't trust no one. No one. I don't know how I'm ever gonna recover from this. I don't know.
You've
I
had
don't.
such a loss.
Yes.
How close in age were you?
I'm 1998, she's 2001.
3 years.
Yeah, so
So you're
3
close.
years, yeah.
Real close.
Yeah.
Real close relationship.
Very close, very close.
I can see the pain in your eyes. I can see the pain in your heart. I'm so sorry for your loss. Losing a sibling, until it happens, you don't understand.
Yeah,
And then losing someone to homicide, until it happens, you don't understand.
yes,
I'm very sorry. You have a beautiful family.
thank you.
I hope you can stay close to them. And I know you're close to your nephew,
Yes,
because I can see it. What's his name?
Zaraji.
Beautiful name. How old is he?
He's 5 now.
He's little.
Yes,
So he needs you.
yes,
He needs his uncle.
yes,
And you're there.
yes.
I know you are. I can see it right in your eyes. I am so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I really appreciate you.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
And the pain doesn't go away. I won't lie. I'm just so sorry for your loss.
thank you.
But I appreciate your coming. You made,
Yeah, I didn't
you
want
made-
to.
You made
I really.
Jazz come alive for us. With your pictures and with your beautiful words.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
I know mom and aunt are a little bit on the fence, so let me just.
They, whatever is right for them. If Ms. Shepherd's mom wants to come and speak with me, very welcome to do so. But if you can't, I understand that too. So it's entirely up to you, ma'am. And if you want to come up with Ms. Shepherd's aunt, you can come together if that helps you. You don't have to, only if you feel like you can. You don't have to. Take your time. I'm glad you brought a picture. Hard as that is, I'm glad you brought that picture. Take your time. Thank you. May I see that picture? She's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Her mom.
Yes,
You know her aunt?
my
Are you
sister.
sisters?
Yes, yes.
I'm so sorry for the loss of your daughter. I can see how painful. It's not right to outlive your children.
I never thought I would do this ever in my life. This is the worst nightmare ever. To bury my baby and my only daughter. And she's the only baby. She was the only girl. My mother has 7 kids, and they're all boys, and she was the only girl. And she got taken away from me. It's hard. I even moved out of Boston. I live in Pennsylvania. I moved out. I can't live around this. I can't. It hurts. It's too many memories, and it's more. I feel as though me staying away, I could have some kind of peace. Some kind of peace. It's hard. It's hard.
And it's a hard day. I know today's a hard day.
Yes.
And your daughter is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you,
She's
sir.
lovely.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you took a picture so I could see her. And you've got a little grandson.
Yes, I do.
What grandchildren do you have?
He's the only one.
It's a blessing.
He's the only one.
Blessing you have a part of Jazz with you
Yes, I do.
in your life. What does your grandson call you?
Yeah.
Yaya.
Yes.
So the blessing that you have, the piece of your daughter that you have, it's not the same thing, but it's a blessing in your life.
Yes, it is.
And you've got a beautiful, beautiful family. Your son,
My oldest.
you raised amazing children.
Thank you.
Amazing children. And I can't understand when things like this happen. So I know you can't understand when they happen. It makes no sense. So I'm so very, very sorry for the loss of your daughter.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you.
hope that you're able someday to just cherish the memory and to find some peace. It's the most we can hope for, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's your sister.
Yes.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for bringing her picture.
You're welcome.
Thank you for speaking with me.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
What am I gonna say? But thank. She's always gonna be my best friend, no matter what, no matter where she's at. She's always gonna look down on me. I'm the one that's raising her son, so I have the joy and the honor to see that little boy in her in so many ways that nobody imagines. It's just too much. It's been a journey.
Were you her favorite aunt?
Yes, I was her favorite aunt.
I already knew that.
That was
You'll miss her forever.
always.
I know. You have a beautiful family. Thank you. Thank you. Mama,
There may be one more in person. At this point,
there's a statement I know that you were going to read. Would you do that, please?
thank you. To whom it may concern, my cousin Jezriana Shepherd, known to us as Jazz, was a woman who faced many hardships and overcame each one with strength, resilience, and a warrior's heart. She was the kind of person who showed up for everyone, no matter the circumstance. I watched her build her house into a true home. When she became a mother, she flourished into someone extraordinary. Her son, Zuraji, was her entire world, and she lived every day for him. Jazz's passing has left a deep and lasting impact on me and our entire family. She was someone who constantly encouraged me to become the best version of myself. I will always remember the small, meaningful moments, like her making breakfast, her laughter, or the simple calls asking me to babysit. She had a way of making everyone feel loved and supported, no matter what they were going through. Her heart was poured into everyone around her. Since her death, I have been left with confusion, grief, and fear. I was born and raised in Boston, a city I have always called home. It's difficult to understand how something so tragic could happen in a place like downtown, an area filled with history, tourism, and a strong police presence. Knowing that someone capable of such violence was able to act so freely, and that my family has even received threats afterward, has left us living in fear, especially for the safety of her son. Our family continues to struggle with the reality that her life was taken so suddenly and senselessly. So Raji deserves his mother, and our family deserves the chance to see her continue to grow and thrive. While he is surrounded by love and care, there's no replacing the loss he will carry. Jazz's life mattered. She was not a headline or statistic. She was a daughter, a mother, a cousin, and a deeply loved human being. Our family is grieving a loss that will never fully heal. I carry her memory with me through the voicemails she left, the photos and videos I hold close, and the love she gave so freely. We ask for justice, not only for Jazz, but for her son, our family, and our community. No family should have to live in fear or feel that their loved one's life is overlooked. Every life matters, and Jazz's life deserves to be honored with accountability and justice. Sincerely, Noemi Negron.
Thank you. May we have that and mark that with the other statements so that they may become a part of the permanent record in this matter. Commonwealth, I'll hear you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Commonwealth's recommendation, given in light of the charge concession, is 15 to 20 years in state prison. It is the Commonwealth's view that this is a just and fair sentence. While nothing can ever address the harm that Alyssa Parch caused to Jezriana Shepherd, her family, and her son, 15 to 20 years is the statutory maximum for a manslaughter charge. Given that Ms. Parch is willing to take accountability for the harm that she caused to Ms. Shepard and her family, the Commonwealth feels the maximum or near maximum penalty is a just and fair disposition in this matter. The Commonwealth requests the court accept it.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. So I would ask the court to accept the recommendation of the Commonwealth for 15 to 20 years. Ms. Parch is taking full responsibility for her actions on that day, has pled guilty unconditionally relating to what the circumstances were. I'll just say a little bit about there was an aid in sentencing kind of report that.
This is a joint recommendation, I know.
It is. It's a joint recommendation, and I need say nothing further if the court.
I've read the aid in sentencing.
Okay. So I'd ask the court to adopt that sentence of 15 to 20 years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I do find that the recommendation made jointly in this case is a joint and just resolution to the case. It's the senselessness of this act, the senselessness of the act that you committed, Ms. Parch. And I hope now that you've seen the consequences of what you've done to this family. A child will not grow up knowing his mother except through this beautiful family who will keep her memory alive for that little boy. You have a beautiful family. She grew up in a beautiful family. And I can't give you, I don't have the power to give you what you really would want, because I can't bring your beloved sister, daughter, cousin, and friend back. My hope for you is that at some point in your lives, in some day, that you may be able to find peace. And I hope that's the first day in that journey. Thank you for being here today. Your words were very meaningful to this court. I accept the recommendation. Madam Clerk, you may impose the
Thank you.
sentence.
Ms. Parch, if you could please stand. Ma'am, as to indictment number 23-84-00526, in consideration of the court having accepted your guilty plea as to that indictment as to offense 001, to so much as it charges you with manslaughter, the court sentences you as follows: to the Sousa Baranowski Correctional Center for a term of not more than 20 years, not less than 15 years. Ma'am, there is a $150 legal counsel fee. There's a $110 DNA fee and a $90 victim witness fee. You're being notified pursuant to Rule 64 that you have a right to appeal the sentence in writing within 10 days. You will receive 882 jail credits while you await a disposition of today's sentencing. You stand committed, ma'am.
Thank you. Remove Ms. Parch from the courtroom. Thank you, everyone, for your presence here today. We're in recess.